Oh.
No, y'all live.
You left your bottle in there.
Welcome to the den. Welcome to the den. We jump out. We jump in. You jumping in, right? That's not a thing. We just waiting on everybody to tune in. This is the den. It's that time again. Okay. We got one view. Is you inviting people? I thought you was our program. You ain't know this.
They heard it.
Y'all heard I got a delay in my talking. I had to stop before I continue. My spirit. But then y'all don't get to know me. So, hey. And y'all invite people because I'm sick. I don't feel good. The devil tried to interrupt our show today, y'all. I have been sick all day. So, y'all pray my strength
It's replenished.
You say take it.
Yeah. I treat it so it don't be on me.
Yeah, you can be on the show. We got a guest today. We have a male in the den. This is our first man guest. His name is Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. You can hit him up on Twitter at Male Gigolo, deuce.com. That's all the comedy I have.
Sure.
We got 2 views.
And he's single, ladies.
He's single.
And ready to mingle. He gets responses. He's thankful.
Share it on your page. That's what we can do. The den is live now. They said I was staring in the camera too hard last time, y'all. I like to look in your eyes when I'm talking to you.
I'm kind of waiting for.
We're waiting on more viewers. We got 1 more minute to wait on the viewer. We got to 10:05 and then we going live.
Live and five.
Live and 5. Yes, indeed. Sharing it on my page.
Covered by that. So
Get 5 on these bitches. Why we quiet?
it's just doing something.
It won't let you get 5 on these bitches. Y'all ain't bitches, I'm just saying. I love each and every one of y'all. How many people watching too?
We just want to be candid. Candid.
Just like candy.
Smile, you're on candid camera. Yeah, we pointed y'all.
Look, I see 6 feet on the camera. I'm gonna keep my feet on the floor. All right, I've shared it twice. My job's done. I can't. How y'all doing? This is the show that we just brought out to you guys. 4 ladies. We have Sade, the little Deuce, Latasha,
everybody,
and me. She made a lot. How y'all doing out there? Today we're gonna discuss some topics. I think that it'll be cool if we start off talking about womanhood. This is a woman's show. And we're going to celebrate being women today. What's your favorite thing about being a woman, Shadi?
Being a woman.
Thank you for that in-depth.
But I was just going to say that. I'm going to say I get to be a woman.
Right. We are resilient. We are strong. Make things happy. We can make $1 out of 50 cents.
A dime and a nickel.
we make it look easy. We do what can and needs to be done when it needs to be done. We're smart, we're beautiful, we're gorgeous, we're intelligent, we're magic. Nurturers, lovers.
Is you gonna give everybody a stamp?
Wasn't enough, so.
I was like, yeah, just add some more to it. Just come on,
Right.
all that.
Now, let's try to get some of that wisdom. What's good about being a woman, in your opinion?
Pretty much everything she just said. It just summed it up. I can't think of nothing else because I get to be a woman. I mean, so I think, well, I don't want to sound like a female chauvinist or nothing like that, but it's my thing that we get to do that men don't get to do.
What do you think men don't get to do?
We get to.
I know men got plenty to say. Y'all still boycotting? Y'all still boycotting?
You get up close and personal real fast.
Okay.
I freaking love
Come
being a
on.
woman. First of all, I have a vagina. That's
That part.
like the most amazing thing. Like, if you do not know, like Betty White said it the best. She said that she said, I don't understand why we call dudes dicks. She said those things are so weak. You hit it and it's out of there. She was like, the vagina is the strongest thing ever because it gives birth. It does so many different things and it snaps right back. I love it. And women, like, this man told me one time, he's like, oh, you a Leo. I know y'all want to be kings. I don't never want to be a king. There's nothing that a king can do. Because a queen can do so much. Like, I love being a woman. I get to wear heels. I get to just be me. I smell good.
We get to be a damsel in distress.
I'm a superhero.
When we want to be.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we can
Damsel in
switch
distress
on
when we
like we get to be mothers. Like, I think the greatest thing in the world is a mother. Like, to be able to give birth to a human being and to be able to say, like, I did it.
So you just segued into the next thing. My favorite thing about being a woman is everything they said. I get to be strong and vulnerable at the exact same time. And we don't even know how that works, but it does. But as far as being a mom, one of my misconceptions before I had kids was like they would automatically know that you're their mother and do exactly what you tell them to do. And I didn't find that to be true. Both of my children had their own personality and attitude from the time they was born. And that's something that I learned. What's something that you learned that you didn't realize before you had Sanaya?
First of all, I thought I couldn't give birth. Like, no, like, not like I thought I was thinking I won't be able to give birth. Like, I just thought that that's gotta be a hard thing, and I'm not gonna be able to do that. Like, how you snap back, like, that's scary. Like, I literally asked the doctor the week I was having my baby, like, I said, so it's gotta come out? Like, like, we can't stop this. She was like, nah, bro, like, this is it. Like, you gotta have it. And so growing up, I always was like, I'm adopting kids. Like, I'm not having kids. And I was cool with it. I was going to adopt teenagers. That's always been my thing. And I was like, how am I going to deal with this little person? I got to teach this person stuff. And she teaches me so much. If you have ever met my child, she a little old woman. So I got that teenager. I got her real young. Like, real young. I thought, I was 17 when I got pregnant. So I just thought, I'm going to fail. And like, I used to cry all the time because I was like, how am I going to show this baby that I love? I don't have nothing but love. Love ain't gonna, I ain't got no money. I sat there and looked, I remember I had $100, and I looked there and I was like, what am I gonna do with this? I just was crying. And I figured out so much that she gives me so much strength. And along the way, like, every time I think that I'm falling, she's looking at me like, girl, you doing all right, we good. You know, and literally, it makes me feel good. Like, there is so much in being a mother and things that you think that you could have never done. That we teachers, we do so much with kids. Like, it's a great thing.
What kind of shirts?
What, by being mom?
Oh, what? She forgot she was on the show, y'all.
No.
How many viewers we got?
4.
All right.
Shut up.
Hey, y'all, okay, come on with it, join us.
They come and we got 5. That's when you said, come on. That's the deal, y'all. We got her for high standards, so she can wiggle for y'all. No,
It's three of us, so she got
Who?
you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
She trying.
I'm trying.
I wish we could hit power.
But what I like about being a mother is that I gained 3 friends. Like, my kids are grown now. All my kids are grown. I'm fortunate to say that I was able to watch my kids grow up and become adults. And I'm proud of each and every one of them. Even though they may not be where they are in their lives, I still, I'm still proud of them. But they always say that once you have kids, you'll never be alone. So that's just one of the accomplishments. And then the fact that I got to teach them things that I knew and also things that I didn't know. We grew together. Me and my kids grew up together. So that was a privilege for me. So,
Wow. That's so true. I never wanted to say that, so my oldest.
yeah, it's crazy because me
Don't
and
need
my
to be
son,
out show like we don't need to start tonight. Don't start on this live tonight. We're gonna have a serious conversation.
right.
Yeah, baby, we 18 years apart, and there was some times like you said that whole growing together, like
Grew up together.
she knew, like, and it's so funny because she know when I'm sad even when nobody else can finish. She came in one day and I was talking to this lady. She said, "You been crying?" And I said, "No, it look like you've been crying." And the lady said, "It don't even look like you." I said, "She knows me. Like she know me so much to the fact that like when it was just us two in my very first apartment, I was on TWU campus, and I was in there. I was sad, y'all. I was crying, just everything. I didn't know how I was gonna do all of this by myself. And she was one, and she would just stay there in front of me, and she would just rub me. And she would just look at me, and you could tell, like, the way she looked at me, like, everything's gonna be all right. And they grabbed me, get up and go, like, it's so funny, like you said, growing up, and I gained a best friend. Like, I always tell her, I'm your mom first, but real talk, it's my best friend.
I didn't want to tell Derek that we grew up together. I didn't want him to perceive that
You thought you
they could be on the same level.
level.
But we did. We really did.
You know what?
I was that child.
I'm telling y'all, I didn't even realize that all by myself. My uncle, my mama's brother, my uncle, he pretty much said that to me in a statement one day. He was like, well, you and your son grew up together. Like he's literally 15 years, y'all 15 years apart. And it just dawned on me, I'm like, he ain't lying. Like I had him when I was 15. So we pretty much grew up together. We have a mother-son relationship. My kids, we have a mother relationship, child relationship, but we communicate like friends. Like if you didn't know me and you saw me around my daughter and my son, you'd be like, "Oh, is that your brother? That's your sister?" Because that's how we are. And it's because I was so young when I had them. But to some parents it might bother them, but it don't bother me. I just like to say all 3 of my friends. So I'm blessed.
Shout out.
She too busy over there being childish.
Well, I have a child in the home that has my son. Well, what I have learned for me,
It's okay to learn.
a parent is strict and willpower to, like we were saying, when you want to give up and you see their faces and them hearing them saying that they're proud of you and they love you and they appreciate you, even when you think you're not doing enough or you feel like you're failing, and them little faces are looking up to you for encouragement and to be a role model, it makes it all worth it. And because probably without my kids, I probably would have gave up on a lot of stuff. I probably wouldn't be the person I am now. So I'm thankful for them.
The same thing.
Awesome. I know we kind of wanted to, we will be giving events and important facts about what's going on in Dallas, so that we won't just be having a show and y'all don't get anything out of it. But Lily, you wanted to speak about the community and how the community is hurting. I think that's big.
It's something that I realized this for quite some time. I personally have been going to therapy since I could. Like my mama never sent me to one, but I would always go to the counselor at school. And one thing that I realized is that there's a lot of continuous hurt that we have in our families. generational hurt and pain that we pass on to our children and our children's children, and it just continues and continues. And what are we taught when we grow up? What goes on in this house, stay in this house. You don't talk about nothing outside. You don't bring our business up, blase. Like my father would always tell me, you don't cry. You don't cry in front of people because that shows them that you're weak and they win over you. And although my dad was trying to protect me, it hurt me in a lot of ways because that whole thinking that I shouldn't cry and I would cry by myself or something like that. You have to release that stuff from you. And it's so many misconceptions that we have as a people. And we think that stuff is okay. And we have to come to a point where we say, okay, it's okay for a young boy to cry. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell my daughter, when my daughter is hurt, she got 2 to 3 days that we throw a pity party. So we at home, that means we got cookies, cake, ice cream, I don't care what it is. She says she can cry, she can go. If she want to break something, we going outside, we breaking something. She want to scream, she put her face on the pillow, and she scream, and then we got cookies, cake, ice cream, I don't care what it is. She said, okay. She can go. If she want to break something, we going outside, we breaking something. She want to scream, she put her face on the pillow.
Get on me, bitch.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. We have an audio problem.
You know what it was. Sorry about that.
I don't even.
But no, we talk about it and we we talk about it and we get through it, and then she gotta not suck it up, but she gotta suck it up and she gotta go on with life because she can't stay in her misery. But it's okay for her to express herself, and it's okay for her to get that out of her. And I feel like we have gotten, a lot of us do not give ourselves acceptable amount of time to be sad. Like, it's not okay to be sad, it's not okay. We have a lot of mental issues. We have a lot of stuff that we don't talk about. How many of us have been molested, abused? Like, it's a lot of people that won't even talk about it. I was molested when I was 13 years old. There's a lot of people that don't even know, they don't talk about it. You know, a lot of family members that were like, I grew up too fast. But it's a lot of things that we just do not talk about. And I've come to a point in my life where I'm comfortable enough to say, no, this did happen to me. How many of us have been in domestic violence situations? I've been in domestic violence situations. You know what I'm saying? My job's still twisted from getting beat. And these are things that we don't talk about, and we don't say these out loud because, oh, that makes you weak. How can you show yourself you trying to be a victim? Like, I've never been a victim. I always been a survivor. And I used to didn't want to talk about it for the simple fact that I was embarrassed. I don't want you to see me as I'm weak. But you have to tell those stories because your stories help somebody else. But we're so worried about just getting ourselves. It's like the crab in the bucket theory, where we all trying to climb over each other to get out. Ain't nobody getting out. If we help that one person get up, then somebody can come back and get the rest of us, so we can keep going and keep going. But our mentality is each man for himself, and we sugarcoat it now because Black Power is in. You know what I'm saying? So we sugarcoat it with saying, oh, we all together, and we gonna, very much so, and we gonna make it together. But out of us making it together, not every organization gonna be able to make it. So y'all watch these organizations and y'all watch the fact that these organizations are like, I don't get what y'all laughing at, but I don't understand that. But where the
oh shit, y'all finna get us started, Lily, man.
I'm just saying y'all want to boycott me, but for real, it's some serious ass conversations, man. Sometimes I play and sometimes the shit just ain't funny, so I don't really put y'all laughing at. But I'm back to it.
That's my little big sister.
I'm just saying, but. Like with that, you see these organizations where they all doing the same thing, and instead of them coming together and building together, you can only be one leader. So only one person trying to be Martin Luther King. Only one. We got Martin Luther King over here. We got Malcolm X over here, and we create the same thing. History repeats itself over and over again, and we keep doing this instead of us saying, you know what? It's not the betterment of me. It's the betterment of the people. So let me push myself back for a second, and let me go ahead and let you advance. It starts with us seeking counseling. It starts with us having more conversations where we start to understand that there is a real problem in the community and stop making people feel bad for certain things. Hell, even in dating, when I'm talking to a dude and I'm telling him about what I went through, I had a dude tell me one time while I was telling him about what I had been through, I wasn't telling him this, I was telling him this so he would understand me. We were having a conversation, getting to know each other. We had been friends for a minute. And he's like, oh, that's the type of stuff y'all like. Y'all like them type of dudes. I don't think not one chick say y'all like it me.
I had to hang up the phone on the dude because of that. Like, we were having a conversation conversation and somehow we got into my past and my domestic violence and being abused. He was like, what you do to him make you do that?
No.
And he was like, you gotta get past that. You must still be hurt behind. I'm like, that's very insensitive. You can't just tell that to somebody. Or if I hung up
Well, that's when you know you're dealing with an insensitive person.
and we ain't talk since.
But the thing about that is we don't even understand that it's okay for you to talk about it.
Mhm.
Now, if I'm dwelling on it and I'm sitting up here and, you know, every time something fall and I'm starting to cry, you know, we get in an argument and I bust out crying. Don't do it. And you like, what? What is going on with you? I just wanted you to pick up the iron like I didn't even want it. I'm just asking you don't slam my door. And you over here crying and stuff. And that's a whole different kind of situation. But if I'm talking to you about this, it's so that we don't repeat that cycle. You know, like we really have to have these discussions. And it leads over into so many different things because we all have different backgrounds to where in our parenting, we try to co-parent. Even if you married in somebody, they say the first 7 years is the hardest because hell, everybody got different backgrounds. In your household, the daddy was the man. In my household, the woman was the everything. So I'm thinking I gotta be strong, and you like, no, simmer down, let me take care of this. And we're not taking the time to understand each other, and it's so much hurt. We get these relationships, and we're not ready. Like I said last time, I'm not ready to get in a relationship because it's so much in me that I gotta fix, and I can't expect you to fix that if I don't even know what it is, or I haven't come to the point to appreciate myself. How can I love you if I can't love me? And it's a lot. I think we should move on because
It's a lot of pain in our community, and I think it's. I don't think that there is anybody with public streams, you know, controlling the hood like that. Any mad scientists or anything like that, but I just think that due to the poverty, due to the lack of opportunity, due to the our neighborhoods doesn't get the maintenance, our schools don't get the same things as the other schools get. There is a level of desperation that we need to work through, either while we're in relationships, whether it be friendship or romantic or whatever, or we need to work through it on our own. And if we can't find a way to work with it together and discuss it openly together, it's best you do it alone. Because being desperate, ain't nothing good about being desperate. And you know, a lot of people don't believe that think, you know, black people got more money than they say they got. It appears that they have, but you can tell by the amount of GoFundMes. You can tell by the lack of any structure for any real hardcore structure for us that we can lean on if the current system shuts down on us. We're gonna be ass out. It might be somebody with a few reinforcements, but you can best believe they're gonna be locking the doors and windows when that time comes. So a lot of our hurt and our pain is very much generational. The spirit breaking that white supremacy does to the black man, the black woman. My father was a supervisor with the insurance company for a very long time. When the company went out of business, his white counterparts got thousands of dollars in severance pay, and he shut up. Shut up.
Big words.
But he only got a fraction of what he got.
Loans.
My son, now y'all knowing. That's for Dominique.
All right.
I'm sorry, y'all. We really want
What the hell was I talking about?
You was talking about your dad not getting as much money as the white people.
Thank you. See, he got only a fraction of that. And so I think down there calling me while the show was on. My grandmother worked from the time she was old enough to work to the time they had to make her sit down, and she died penniless. My father died penniless. My mother died penniless. This struggle that we have in the hood is deeper than just, we gotta love each other. No, we gotta understand our condition in order to understand how to get out of it. So that's my opinion.
Yep. And the thing is, that there's not enough understanding. And what's going to get our understanding is first seeing ourselves. I love Man in the Mirror because it's so much power when you listen to that song and it first starts with you. So when you stop a lot of times to not look at our own problems, we start pointing fingers at everybody else. Oh, well, she got this and she got that, because you're trying to make yourself better than everybody else. That's how you make you feel good. But once you start addressing the things that are inside of you, then you can be empathetic to somebody that the person that you would briefly have talked about. You'll be able to start that's when we can heal each other, because we get to now we got some commonalities. Now we start to understand each other, and we're not thinking that we above them or trying to be above them. We can see where they at and try to work with them. But that's when that pride got to get out the way. You know, it take a lot. Well, really, it don't take a lot. It actually take more to keep up this bullshit than it do to actually be real about some stuff and grow.
No, stand on your own truth.
Stand on your own knowing and on your own truth. If you can stand on your knowing, call me when we get through tape. I'm just playing. But you have to be willing, and I did forget, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep on going, and I'm gonna have something good to say regardless, because she can make me support. And that's it. I've been sick out there. Don't start that shit. Tasha quiet.
I'm taking it all in.
She takes it all in.
Y'all please.
Because y'all got some good points.
Next time.
Oh, what's the next topic?
So do we have any questions?
Yeah, ain't nobody been asking no.
Anybody have any questions? Comments.
So when you're back to parenting, you know, when you're balancing business and family, how does that work?
When I figured out how to do it. No, but for real, that helps. So I've been trying to figure out right now. So I was working full time, going to school full time, plus being a mom. You have to dedicate times, and you have to be able to manage your time well. So yeah, like we were talking about last week, there's 24 hours in a day. You sleep 8 hours, you go to work for 8 hours. What are you doing for those other 8 hours? If you manage those other 8 hours accordingly, me and my daughter don't have like where we go outside and play, because I just don't even want to go outside and stuff like that. But we might, one thing that I can say that we do every single night, it might not be the best thing, but we watch old shows on antenna TV. It is our we time, baby. We will watch the same shows. We watch Benson. So we watch Living Single every day. That's our stuff right there. But that's our we time. And every night before she goes to bed, we read her positive affirmations. And but that's like small things. Then I have to make sure that on Saturday, I don't dedicate Saturday to nothing else to her. Up until 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock, she go with my mom, so do this me time. But before then, we go to ballet. I might take her to the park, something, and that's where I try to balance her in. Outside of that, during the week, mommy don't have a lot of time. Outside of us watching a few little shows, I got classwork, I got other stuff. So trying to balance home and school and work, it is hard. But you have to figure it out, because
along the way.
Yeah, it's important, and everybody has their different times where they're gonna see, okay, well, I can do this these days, and balancing the days, or even if you dedicate like an hour to homework, you got an hour with your family, and y'all reading and you doing something, and you got an hour to putting into your business, like mixing that time in. You just have to be diligent about it. You can't just kind of be running with the wind.
Yeah, that was like me when my kids were young. They became latchkey kids, like, you know, American say, the latchkey kids, where the kids get out of school and mom's still at work. They got to use the key to get in and stay in the house till mama get there and stuff like that. And that's what I had to do. Pretty much, my opinion is that you have to do what you got to do. I mean, because Nobody else can do it for you. You have to do what you gotta do. You gotta be there to take care of those kids. You gotta do what you gotta do to take care of those kids. And one of my son's complaints was that Mama worked so much, he never had a chance to spend time with me, or we never did any fun things like all the other kids' parents did. But he didn't understand that it was just me. So I had to work my butt off to, make ends meet. But kids don't supposed to understand that kind of stuff. You just gotta, do the best. Explain it to them the best way you can. But that's just my view on it.
So they gonna shout to y'all from behind the camera because she's juggling business and
I can come in front of the camera if need be.
you can do whatever you want to do back. It's the den.
Since we're talking about parents, let me bring my chair.
See, that's a
Don't break out. We would kick you out.
As y'all see, I have a whole nother half month old. But juggling parenthood, children, they're the same. Business and everything else is stress. Too much going on. It's a work in progress. It's a learning experience. I'm still trying to figure it out. I recently just launched another business, Phoenix Rising Consulting Firm. Shout out, contact me, But what? Shameless plug?
shameless damn
I was
plug.
listening to you.
Oh, okay. Shameless plug. But and I have a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 9.5-month-old. That takes a lot of my energy. So in my 24 hours, he felt that funny. In my 24 hours, I probably spend maybe a total of 4 hours with my kids a day, maybe. In the morning, I get them up for school, get them to school. Then we're home by 6. I'm cooking, so they're eating by 7. By 8, they're in the bathtub. After that, they're winding down and go to sleep. By 10, we're all in the bed asleep to start over for the next day. That's it. Homework, gotta fit in there somewhere. Me taking care of my business, gotta fit in there. And then this 9-month-old takes up a lot of time because he likes a lot of attention. Hey. Or whatever. So it's a work in progress. And I remember a couple of years ago when my oldest, she was about 2 or 3, I was working in corporate America. And she looked at me in my face one morning on my way to work. She told me, she was like, Mommy, why do you have to leave? And I was like, Mommy has to go to work. She has to make money. She's like, I never see you. You're always at work. I was working 12-hour days, 7 days a week. Never see her. She was always with her dad. And by the time I got home, she was asleep. When I left the house, she was asleep. And she was like, you never spend time with me, you never see me. That was before the rest of them came. And
It hurts.
It hurt to hear her say, Mommy, you're never with me. You never spend time with me because you're always gone. And I'm like, I gotta work. I gotta be able to take care of you. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. It hurt me. And at that moment, I knew I couldn't do corporate America. I refused to sacrifice raising my own children and slavery for someone else that don't care about me.
And don't care about your kids.
Don't care about my kids or nothing else. I left corporate America. I ain't been back since. I refuse to work for anybody else. And I get to have the freedom of being with my kids, raise my kids, taking them to school, picking them up from school, helping with homework, going on field trips, parent conference, after school activities, anything my kids need. I have the freedom to do it because I work for myself. And I can dedicate that time.
I actually have to learn how to juggle my social life because I go to school with my son at home and I work from home. So it's times I don't even want to leave the house. They have no cares in the world about leaving the house. So you have to really find your rhythm as a mother. And it's going to change often. So change is good. Just go with it.
Yeah, now I had to learn Sundays is my day where I don't do nothing. I go to church, I cook. After that, it's my kids and rest. I try not to do much of anything else.
Yeah, you can't overload yourself. Everybody get so stressed. I was in a relationship and we lived together and stuff like that. So I remember he used to walk in, and when he walk in, I would me and Sanaa would be in the living room. He walk in, I would walk immediately to the bathroom, close the door, and lock the door. So now I would try to come in there, and he's like, Mama, need a break for a second.
Like, please don't come here. I be sitting there like, okay, guys, so I gotta be a good mama. I gotta get this together. Please don't let me go off on him. And then I want to know why the hell it took him 30 extra minutes to get home. Like, I'm really stressed right now, so please don't let me go crazy. And then I would probably scream for a second, then come out. He'd be like, you okay now? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go in there for a little bit longer. This is stressful. And then when I finally, that's why we don't let men in. That's why. That reason right there. But now I've had that conversation with my child. He didn't break. He still break? No. I've had that conversation with my daughter as well, where she was just like, well, she funny, y'all, because my baby is just like me. She need a lot of attention. So she be like, we never spend no time together. And me, I be like, girl, we're spending time together right now. You see us watching this TV show together, we spending time. She be like, no, I don't do nothing. Like, you don't take me outside. You don't take me outside, you don't do nothing. I'm like, man, she right. Because you get so consumed with, I'm in the house, I can do work in the house, I can do everything you eat, we good.
And we get that confused thinking just because we're in the same house, under the same roof, in the same room, and we're spending time, and we're building and we're bonding. And we're not. We're just in the same room, under the same roof, and not spending time because I can be watching TV. My kids want to be on her cell phone, on that iPhone, on YouTube, watching other kids play toys on YouTube. And the son of mine will be on his iPad watching kids unwrap eggs instead of playing with all the toys they got. And I'm watching TV or I'm doing documents for my business or anything else. They ain't spending time with them. And then I look up, I'm like, we ain't doing nothing. Come, let's stop. Erase all that. Let's watch a movie. Or let's play a game or something to get some time. Because we get so consumed that they think, yeah, we got family time, we're all here, we're in the same spot. Woo, no.
Braylon is not come in my room and just be sitting looking at me. And my nerves is very bad. See, I'm friendly, all of that stuff, delightful. Yeah, but I don't want the kid out of my room fast. And so one day he told me, he said, Mama, we never talk. And I was like, oh, you want to talk to me? We got to talk about it. He didn't want to talk about much of nothing. He just wanted to spend some quality time with us. So we got to be mindful of that. So as we segue on into the next topic, we're going to talk about relationships with our friends, the other queens. We all queens, and you have to fix another queen's crown. Do you tell everybody?
No.
And if you do tell everybody, why? What you mean? You don't want me to post it on Facebook? Yeah, my sister was going through, and I was able to help her. So the rest of y'all come out to play. That is so cool. Like, we have got to stop. We've gotten into this this age of wanting to post everything, of wanting to tell everything and how we did something, because it feels good to be the same a little bit. It feels good to let people know, like, I got a good heart. But the best people in the world that did stuff you never knew about it. People can talk about Tupac all day, but I would love Tupac until the day that I die, because Tupac was a real humanitarian and he really did a lot of good for a lot of people. But you don't know that because he did not post about that. I'm not a big Beyonce and Jay-Z fan, but I will always respect and love Beyonce and Jay-Z because they donate a lot. They got Beyonce got a whole house in Houston for mothers, women, battered women. Like, they donated to the Black Lives Matter. It's so much that they do. The people that scream out every time they do something usually ain't doing a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Because every time I feed and every time I give stuff to the homeless, damn near every day, every other day, every time that I have, but you're not gonna see me post all of that. This ain't none of y'all business. People are uncomfortable in their same situations, and when you're doing something for a queen, that's your sister. You are not supposed to be putting her business out there on how you helped her. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all talking between each other, that's when you might have your spat, like my sister. I might be mad at her about something when I be talking about do this, and she be like, but I ain't did such and such. Okay, shut up, you did do that. You right. All right, bro, cool. But no, it's not you shouldn't do anything because you want praise for it. You should do it because it's out of the kindness of your heart. And that whole fixing your sister's crown, like that's a big thing. We slip sometimes, and that childish thing that we used to do when we used to blast each other on Facebook. They be your friend, but you blast on Facebook because you mad. That shit dumb, and that's petty, and that's so beyond us. And if you call yourself and consider yourself a queen, you should never put your queen sister out there like
You better be holding your own crown.
for real. Because while you over there stooping down to talk about somebody else, you're slipping. And people looking at you, you think they looking at that person. They got a little more respect for that person because they see they going through something. You the one that tried to stomp on them while they was down.
So do you think competition is the biggest problem between women?
Hell yeah. Women, especially
You
black
in little competition that you don't even know you're in.
black women are
Bless
Women are so women are so insecure that they can't get past that. Like, it starts with being
you pretty,
insecure.
but I can't be
Yeah.
pretty too. What kind of shit is that?
Or you don't think you're pretty, you know I am. I'm being serious, like, but I think that has absolutely nothing to do with me. Your self-esteem is that of your own, not mine. You have
Self-esteem
issues.
of yourself.
Right, that is of yourself, not the next person.
my daddy say that. He's somebody that is your esteem. It's how you feel about yourself.
Exactly.
And
So, yeah, they can't get past that, then they'll never ever be able to have respect for another woman or to compliment another woman. It starts with
Who
yourself.
our last 2 viewers? Y'all so grown, man. Y'all ain't asking us no questions.
Y'all heard, but
Ask me a question. Anything.
black women have a real problem of jealousy and not want. Man, I'm like, my friends quick to tell me, oh, you are so gay. And not like, like, let me not make nobody feel no type of way or disrespectful, but no,
You
seriously.
can say the word gay. Don't start me on that side.
No, but yeah, but I'm just saying, like, and it's funny because I compliment everybody, and I like something on everybody. Girl, I like them shoes, girl. You cute, where you get, and then don't ask me where I got it from. Baby, this shirt was $3. And they ask me, and I'm gonna give you, and people be like, you're not supposed to tell people that you, them your deals. You keep that to yourself. Like, I'm not with that petty shit. Hey, the whole thing for me is this. You can wear the same exact outfit that I got on. You can have everything, your hair to your shoes. Baby, you're not gonna walk like me. You're not gonna have confidence in me. You're not me in the same outfit, so it really don't matter what you got on. And
Get found, bitch.
Let me tell
you love yourself, you got confidence in you. It does not matter what another woman has going on, and that's what you say. It starts with self. It starts with you. And
Let me give y'all a tip. This is what I always tell people. If knowing that you are the only person in this world that is you, that is unique to yourself, out of 7 billion people, don't make you feel special.
Come on.
What else is gonna make you feel special?
Hey.
For me to know that I am the only me in this world. She's the only her in this world.
Man,
She's
that's
the
a
only
bad
her.
trick.
in
Who
this
are
world.
you? And that's what
If
makes
that
you
don't make nobody else in this world is like us, if it don't make you feel special, then you ain't gonna ever feel special. Sorry, but that's just real talk.
Real quick, I told these girls that at work one time, I said, I'm not the baddest chick out there. I am not. Said, but there's nobody in the world more beautiful than me. And they just sit there and looked at me, and I'm like, no, seriously, when you start having your confidence in yourself, like I don't care if I'm out with my dude, I'm not worried about no other woman, because if he really my dude, he ain't going nowhere else. If he not, then he gonna travel, and I ain't gotta worry about it because he don't
The
know what
question
she
is, why would you want better for yourself and your children? It's made out to be that you think you better than the next person.
Because whenever black people, whenever you want better for your kids and you're trying to do something different with them, folks think you're trying to be better at whatever. What was the question? How did it end?
She said,
Why do you think you better?
Made out to think you're better. You the only one gotta live with your decisions for your kids. And this is a sensitive subject for me.
I think it's
real quick.
Competition / crab in a barrel mentality that a lot of people have. They want to see you do good, but never better than them. So if you're moving and elevating yourself and they're still stuck and they're miserable, they hate to see you doing better. So they're like, oh, you think you better now? Oh, you got a new job, you making more money, and so now you looking down on us.
But you know, the thing back on what she said too, because that's true too. But it's also because they don't want to try. You make them feel like they need to try. They lazy. They feel like you, or she doing it, when that means that I got to do it. It's like if you see somebody else succeeding, then that means what? Somebody gonna expect for me to succeed.
Yeah, they put the hell up to them and they're inadequate.
Fuck them, Yalisha. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yeah.
Because it's all about your kids.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, I lost my son in 2016. I had to live with everything I did as a parent. I think I did a real good job. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that we're all gonna lose a child. I pray to God nobody does, you know. But at the end of the day, you gotta do what you know is best for your kids,
Exactly.
and only you know.
Yes, ma'am. You
So
Tony Deshawn said nothing wrong with being better. You're absolutely right, Tony. It's nothing
don't
wrong
talk to him. We
with
don't
being
like
better.
Tommy on this show.
I'm gonna stop because if you comment, I'm responding. But it ain't. It's nothing wrong with wanting to be better. But it's just the fact that some people want to make you feel bad about being better. It ain't nothing wrong with it
Because they
but they want to. That's their issue, not yours.
Last year, my daughter went to an African-based homeschool co-op. And so many times I heard, why would you put your baby in there? She needs to just be in regular school, put her in regular daycare. She don't need to be there. And why would you put your child in there? I mean, people always had stuff to say. And my answer to them every time, because it really made me, it really kind of, made me start to think and question things, was that this is my goddamn child. I had her. You didn't have her.
Right.
I gave birth to her. You did not. If you have a problem, you will take me to court. But you can't prove I'm an unfit mother, so I don't know how this is going to work for you. That's my child. And what I think is best for my child, now, if I'm doing something wrong for my child, call me on it. But that whole, oh, you think you're better than us. No, you think I'm better than you. That's the whole thing right there. You think I'm better than you, and you are right. You think that you is right. You is right. You is correct. Is correct. Okay, my JJ voice. You is correct. Okay, because that's how you feel. Because what I'm doing for my child is something that you want to do for your children. What you should be asking me is, how did I get into this program, and how can you get your children into it? My child now goes to an all girls preparatory, and people are like, why you put in an all girls? You ain't worried about her being no kind of way? No. I'm worried about her.
Been up to that school a couple times. She didn't realize what no little boy.
Let me tell you something. It is the greatest school ever. I'm worried about her education. And that bug is the bomb. These
You don't like
girls,
what you like anyway.
and them girls is fighting over different stuff. Like usually, girls be trying to fight over the boy. They fighting over who the smartest. I love this school. I love this school. Yeah, no, girl, my grades is better than your grade. I can spell better than you. I bet you can't spell this. I like stuff like that. Let me see that. Let my child grow in that. And I don't care about trying to save no other school, and they need my baby there. Fuck that. Okay, because my child's education is the best. So
They will shame you if you don't do what the status quo is, and the status quo has kept us in a certain condition. And I need my son to feel a freedom that I never felt. So homeschooling and divorcing myself from corporate America and attempting my own thing in my own house is the most revolutionary thing I could ever do. And my son is gonna know that I loved him beyond the status quo or what people expect you to do, because they tell him all the time, why me and your mama gonna put you back in school? You need to be around kids. And I make him feel weird because his mama loves him and wants him to get a proper education and to think for himself.
No, when I was younger, when I was I think I was in the 10th grade, I used to go spend time with my dad before he got sick. My mom raised me completely different. I'm spoiled. So my dad set me down one time because he assumed that he had to do the things for me that my mom did. I never asked him for anything, but he just assumed that. And so he told me, he was like, you make your other siblings feel inferior to you because you're a certain way, you talk a certain way, you act a certain way, and you make them feel inferior and less than you act like you're better. I say, I'm being me.
So he wants you to change things?
Yeah. I was like, I can't help how I was raised.
To make everybody else feel better about
Yeah, and that's what I said. I can't accommodate nobody because of how they feel.
Yeah, that's
And
not
because I have high self-esteem, I love myself and my mom raised me a certain way, and you raise them differently, that ain't my fault.
right.
He
Yeah,
was
don't
not
never change yourself to make somebody else feel better about themselves. That's absolutely unnecessary. I mean, I know we love our family, we love our parents, but that's no exception to the rule. Don't change yourself for anybody to make somebody else feel better.
I want to read
Be
this
absolutely
comment.
you.
I want to read this comment because Janisha, I'm very impressed
She is. She's
with
a
your life,
She
man.
is.
She says, I'm from the projects with a mother on drugs. I didn't meet my dad until I was 12. I was a teenage mother, but I graduated from high school and college, pledged, got married with 5 kids, bought a house, and opened a business.
Shout out to
Hey, maybe in your mind, maybe you elevated yourself, and maybe because they think they lower than you, you better, whatever they think, baby, and I can't call you baby, I might be younger than you, I don't know. But whatever they think, you already know what to do.
She survived and
You
overcame
You
the
just
circumstances that was thrown at us and became great, and they hate it. And they
I'm doing you.
Shout out to you.
She's
Shout out to you.
she's a great person with
She is.
wonderful kids. Like her kids
Yeah.
are wonderful, and she is a sweet person. And my daddy, I talk about my daddy like y'all. Let me tell you why. Because daddy is just the shit. He is.
Daddy, baby.
I didn't invite no family to watch this because yeah. my daddy always said, fuck them. And he be dead serious. Fuck them shit. Did they have you? Are they paying? Do they pay your bills? I say, no, they don't pay my bills. Do they buy your baby something? I'm like, no, they don't take. Do they take care of something? No, they don't take care of her. Okay, well, fuck them. What do they have to say about anything? And he was like, you doing what's best for your child, right? Yeah, I'm doing what's best for my baby. Well, that's all that matters. And my daddy would tell me in a hot second, she comes before anything else. And so you take care of her first, you do what is in her best interest, and then you worry about you. And I promise you, if you keep doing it, I'm always have your back. And to have somebody in your corner like that is better than anything. And you already know, sis, you got your husband, you got family, you got people in your corner that do care about you. Anybody that say that you and your kids is better, tell them thank you. We appreciate being kids.
Yeah, straight up.
Thank you very much.
No, like seriously, I hate that whole, and we as black people, we do that because everybody needs to be in the same level. We all need to suck together. We need to stay in the same position and never grow. And just, great example. I got a new car. Okay. So before I had got this car, right, everybody knew I was going to get this car. I kept saying I was going to get this car. I was going to get this car. I needed a car because my transportation was going out. I needed the car so that I could get to work and all of that stuff, right? So I go and show some people that I really care about, and I thought they had my best interest at heart. I got a success coach, my counselor, things like that, right?
Ain't shit on their face.
Man, let me tell you something. People see my car, and they walk outside, and they, that's nice. What year is it? I get, 1 year I give me a new car and stuff, and it's a lot of that hating that shit. And my whole thing was this, like, don't shit on my parade because you feel some type of way or feel like I don't deserve it. Whatever you feel like. This is what I needed and I worked for. And I'm gonna take care of it. Oh, how you gonna take care? How you gonna do this? Don't worry about how I'm gonna take care. As long as it ain't messing up your credit,
How you gonna even get?
Yeah.
Hey, that's all
It
you do.
has nothing to do with you. So I'm working for me, and that's all that matters. All my responsibility is to make sure that Sanaya Janelle Anderson never has to walk a day in her life, that she gets to be where she needs to go, and that I can provide that for her. And also that me, Leilani Marie Russell, I can get to and from wherever I need to go. If anybody call me and need me, that I can make it there. That's my responsibility. And so, regardless of what people say, and they kind of discouraged me this week. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made me feel some type of way.
I don't even tell people shit. I don't tell people nothing.
And I have gotten to that point, and I had stopped telling people stuff because they will shit on you in a second.
I don't take pictures of my car.
Oh, baby, y'all ain't seen it. Like I'm talking about right here, but she ain't seen it.
Like I've been posting on Facebook a lot of ladies saying that people be moving too loudly in silence.
Man.
Yes. How do you move that loud inside?
I mean it.
Yeah.
I got real quiet. In 2018, at the beginning, I did my vision board and put out all my goals for what I wanted to accomplish. I didn't really tell too many people what I wanted to do. I popped out with Phoenix Rising.
Yeah,
Nobody knew about it. Oh, shout out to me. I passed my just like the test day.
Yeah. We I'm the,
I'm
Life is adjusted.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That you don't-
That was one of my other accomplishments.
Praise
I didn't move
Queen.
quietly, so people don't be praying against me.
I'm sorry, don't say it out loud like I was gonna pray against you, my nigga. I don't pray for people out there.
I'm just saying, people say they praying for you, and they be praying for your downfall. They don't be praying for the same person.
Y'all, I'm lying.
They be saying they P-R-A-Y, and they P-R-E-Y.
Turn up.
Get fired, these bitches.
Bam!
I'm gonna get some fire for y'all, man. I'm sick of this shit. We had some fire for y'all.
It's up there.
Y'all said, yeah.
You supposed to kill me, what you do?
Y'all can learn from me.
You keep looking at the what? I talk
She
to
thought she
y'all.
was the camera. What you do? You keep looking at the what you do.
She know what each one is what you do.
You know, not the what you do, the what you do. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
got
you must be frown. You finna get found in bitch.
Hey,
He get like one. We get fire on y'all right
Should have killed all of them like, oh, you like it, twerk now, twerk. I ain't gonna twerk. They told me the whole morning you shouldn't be twerking. My baby girl came in and worked, so I can't do it. Y'all found y'all niggas. So what you trying to say?
I'm just saying.
We got 3 minutes to say what we gotta say.
I gotta get up in the morning. I got class.
She think cause she's smart, everybody supposed to care about that shit though.
See, haters, praying on. Don't let me see you do good.
We got 3 more minutes, guys. I
You
just
already
wanna
said it,
tell my sisters, man, I love you guys in your own special way. Y'all are all strong women that inspire me, and I'm glad that we're on this journey together. Hopefully we can keep it going. Hopefully we can make it bigger and better. And I love y'all, man.
I don't like y'all.
Fuck shot. But we love
But I can't get with you.
can't.
Man, I tried.
Multiple times. She even tried to die 3 times.
Yep. And one time I died, Sade laughed.
Tell us the story about how Sade last
And
night
Dominique.
died.
Sade and Dominique laughed, so we was. That's why I don't eat chicken livers no more. But we was at Go to Chick, my favorite place to go back when I was eating meat, and I was eating chicken, and I choked on the piece of chicken, and I was sitting there, and it was lodged in my throat, and I needed some water, and they laughed, and I had to crawl to the front desk and hit my hand on the counter, and the lady called for somebody to come and bring me some water, and them fools was on the ground crying, laughing, and I could not. The man had to run from behind the counter and bring me some water and sit there and help me drink, and these niggas is still laughing. Bro, I could have died right there. That was like the end, and they thought it was funny, and fuck them.
But she is a survivor. She is here to tell the tale.
Yeah. Tosh, what you got to say, baby girl?
Well, I just wanted to close out with this. You know how people always say that, as a woman, and I'm sure men sometimes go through this too, as a woman, have you ever heard anybody say, well, you friending all the wrong ones, all the wrong men, and you should want to be with him because he is a good man. Well, first of all, I don't think that we should settle for a good man or woman just because they're good, especially if you're not attracted to them, because it's just going to be doom and despair. So don't let anybody tell you that you should settle for a good man or a good woman just because they are nice or they're a good man and a good woman.
Oh,
you must be attracted, yes.
Oh, y'all should
must
stay
be
with them
attracted.
because y'all got kids. Y'all been together 30 years.
Yeah, that.
Y'all should stay together.
Why you wait
So
It's
just
like, well,
yeah. And that goes for when you with somebody and you lose attraction for them, then, in my opinion, if the attraction is gone, what else do you have? I mean, I just think that's misery. So if you start off and you're not attracted to somebody, how do you think that's gonna end up? That's all my thing. I just get tired of people thinking that just because it's a good man. I heard dudes all the time saying, you friended me, you friended the wrong ones. I can treat you right, I can do this. But am I attracted to you? Do you want to be with me? Like, what do we have in common? Do you really want to be with me if I don't want to sleep with you, if I don't want to have sex with you? I mean, seriously, where is that going to lead us? Think about that, man. Same thing goes for women. If the man's not attracted to her, you shouldn't just settle because she's a good woman. If you're not attracted to her, then
Don't settle because
find
you
somebody else.
But tell her like that whole leading people on and shit, make them think that you won't be with them. That's that bull. I'm never gonna settle for anything good. Cause I'm looking for great.
Right.
You're great.
I'm just like somebody that's gonna be.
We don't cross 3 minutes. That's so rude. Wait till the end of the show.
Oh, and I love y'all too, bro.
Yeah, y'all love me.
Yeah, bro. I think you're real cool. You're my sister. I
Oh,
love you.
That's how you feel around.
that's
You
so
said
sweet and
good.
wonderful.
I do.
Like the other is so good.
Because I took a bath. Or I did the shot.
He said baths are good for you.
They are.
Say, May, what you got to say on the way out?
Don't let nobody tell you what you should be doing. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let anybody else dim your light. Keep going. You're great. You can accomplish anything
Who,
you
me?
put your mind to.
Who you talking to me?
The people. You, Lily,
The people.
everybody. Everybody.
You know, I had to talk directly to y'all, so I kind of got a little jealous.
Move forward. Don't let nobody stop you. And leave a little glitter and sparkle everywhere you go.
Hey.
And
And if you walk away from us, then we'll just love you from behind. From behind. If you walk away from us, then we'll just love you from behind. We'll see y'all next
What
Friday.
about that? You got
Same place, same
time.
Oh, shit.
Hey, what was that? And the very
Get follow me, bitch.
you gotta be a special lady.
You know you always blend in with me. You the blender.
Cause you gotta be sitting on top of the world.
Sitting on top of the world. She blends with me. I don't blend with her. She the blender.
Night, y'all. Love you guys.
Peace.